everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no misintentions. Gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. I say that respectfully. Today's currently August 26th, 2025. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, regardless to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. I was part of a hate crime 731 2025. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, regardless who's hacking my devices, gang stalking me, or has me shadow banned, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself when someone tries to project fear in you or threaten your life at the end of the day. When God endorses a blueprint within you when it comes to your creativity, is a floor they can't relate to at the end of the day. God restores you. Motivation is different. It wasn't competition. Understanding true love can truly last. Unconditional balance. The energy is different. You wasn't trying to outdo your neighbors through out of respect them. They had to pretend to blackmail you against you, acting like they were so invested in your time and day to have so much excuses. Throwing a hate train towards you and the coming of evil lie. All their lies, the end they didn't add up because God, hold on a second, God didn't tell a lie. That energy is different. The devil was trying to test you, but who would have knew that God was really showing you that cup was really fruitful because God was pouring into you, not to shortchange you. God was never for sale when you should keeping it real. How God was really allow you to feel you are worthy of choosing you. Regardless of the background trying to dim your light, when God's really making it bright to maintain your smile, to fix your crown when they wanted you to wild out, to be a crash out. Always be yourself with no intentions. I'm Niyah Genuine Respect, and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. To the genuine ones, most intentions, I actually hope all is well in your end, and I actually hope that you continue to find peace within regards to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. I'm far from a catfish. I was part of a hate crime 731 2005. And one thing I don't have to do is lie, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. What's up, butterfly? That unconditional love allows you to feel. It was a fruitful cup when you least expected. When it comes to your boundaries, understanding your future was real. You had to show up for you, not to just get discouraged when it comes to your words. Hurting yourself with your vocabulary, only to rise the hold on 1 second. You was far from mentally ill. They tried to disturb your peace. You even got lost in your words, but you was far from pretending when it came to be authentic. It's going to bother certain folks' mental health. You stepped on faith that day. They would never understand that you didn't get discouraged because God was being patient when you would come to time and day. Always be yourself when it comes to the rhythm of your heart. The energy is different when you actually allow yourself to feel while actually being. Because God allowed you to see another day to be fruitful to you. Always be yourself with no intentions. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. I say that respectfully. I do poetry my style. I'm far from a rapper, but I'm being authentic. When it comes to my creativity, at the end of the day, I work alone regardless of the background trying to blackmail me against me, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You may not be eye-appealing to the average person. Folks in the background sending you the evil lie with whole lay lies. The gang stalking at the end of the day said it was worth it. You'd be so surprised how these folks actually look. I don't mean no disrespect when it comes to their tax bracket, when it comes to their age that day. You would thought they'd be comfortable in their skin, but they try to shortchange an innocent person coming from poverty and pain. It'd be a train of thought for me, or because someone believed in their faith. They ain't had to play with spoken and toxic way to go take for tack with someone that had a low IQ score, because if you truly keeping it real, you would invest into your health. It'd be a train of thought for me to better yourself. No, I haven't shared with me. I don't know what's wrong with these people. How this type of stuff actually happens. How folks will try to paint you out to be the villain in their story, but you wasn't trying to get lost in your chapter. That energy is different when it comes to maturing, acting your body weight, regardless if you came from poverty and pain. You understood to maintain the smile, that when they try to throw you the evil eye, hold on a second, God actually allows you to smile. When the devil try to test you, the enemy try to call you out at the end of the day to get you out of rotation. But God was actually showing you balance when it comes to communication. I love myself not to dim my light. He goes a little something like this when he said, I'm whack and I'm corny. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. Practice makes perfect. I choose myself not to get discouraged. I may not make sense to the average person, but hold on 1 second, butterfly, you actually flowing. Now have it shake off of me. I love to talk about love. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Regardless of sending me the evil lie, trying to project a hate crime towards me, or is willing to blackmail me against me at the end of the day, all because I'm being authentic and in my own lane. I just don't respect my name and not to pretend. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Love is real, love is one of a kind. It was a fruitful cup when you least expected. Understanding boundaries is different when it comes to acting your body weight, not your shoe size. Coming out of a mindset, hold on 1 second, insecurity, being discouraged. Only to realize the hold on 1 second, someone wasn't trying to cause complication in your life when it comes to a future so real because someone fumbled you that night. You know the disrespect was loud, but hold on 1 second, someone was really trying to kick you down to lose yourself, but God brought you balance when it comes to knowledge and doing it within you. That unconditional love allows you to learn yourself free over. The energy is different. I may not make sense to the average person, but pretend it. Now when God's really showed up for you, we don't pray the same, but respect's a two-way street. You know, your past try to spin the block, but God said no. That energy is different when it comes to confidence, a self-reflecting relationship. At the end of the day, I am worthy and not losing me. When the enemy tried to test me, try to distract me, I wasn't trying to lose me. You know, the energy is different. You know, when the devil try to test you, the enemy tries to call you, but God's really showing up for you because your heavenly mother, Father, God never moved their hands off that well. You ain't have to get physical. Who would have knew they would send you the evil eye, or because you was willing to choose you. You know, because you chose you, you understood growth. You understood regardless you came from poverty and pain, pouring into yourself another day. It was certain folks that didn't want you to love yourself. But hold on 1 second, I wasn't trying to lose myself. You know that energy is different when you got a calling on your life. It was faith. Everybody not for you, but you understood, hold on 1 second. Confidence always lied within you when God gave you strength. The energy is different. Wasn't looking for validation from the outside world, being your authentic self, being your biggest cheerleader when you least expected. It was days when you couldn't see, but you found peace within, still being patient with time and day when it comes to true healing. You know, trauma and pain. Who would have knew that you almost gave born a love department? Loving yourself different, only to rise to hold on 1 second. Growth feels good. Understanding even exchange. I love me to understand my cup today. Looking in the mirror, you're beautiful, you're handsome. You may not be eye appealing to the average person, but God wasn't pretending. When God sent the right person, when God sent the right person into your life, even when you got discouraged that day, even when you felt like someone's trying to manipulate you to try to run game, you even got lost in your words, but someone truly shows they was trying to switch up on another day. You know, because your past flumbled you, but true love is truly real when someone's really keeping it real with you. You know, someone actually meant what they said that day. A healthy relationship is possible with the right person by your side, not to project pain. Certain folks will never understand your love language. That hold on 1 second. True love wasn't complicated that day. You know, because it went from one day to a chapter to a year, an eternity. Who would have knew the love of your life? You would choose them all over again in the next lifetime without the pain. I may not make sense to the average person, but being authentic and loving someone at the end of the day is very not norm. You know why? Because someone's trying to do you wrong. Focus so used to toxic love. Only was the hold on 1 second. Someone allowed you to heal love. You know, because God wasn't misleading you. Someone didn't have to manipulate God that day because it wasn't like for you views or clout chasing that day. Even when someone got lost in their words, you made someone nervous, but you allowed someone to feel that hold on 1 second. I found a safe I found a safe place when it comes to healthy love. Someone truly loving you the first time around. And it wasn't hesitation because they was trying to kick you down. You know, my content is not for everyone, and I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. Love is real, love is one of a kind with the right one that's really for you. It was more so than a walk in the park, because that relationship allows you to see why you came out your comfort zone that day. It was a movie night. Hold on 1 second. Only for someone to do you right, someone bringing peace into your life, not to mislead you wrong. A reality so real, folks will never understand how you heal, how someone could really pour into you, not to overlook you. Being on the same page with the same person every single day, you know what real love is? Something that you're not used to, but you can relate. Something that you always pray for, not to go against. Because you said when the love of my life comes into my life at the end of the day, it won't be a rejection. You know, the energy is different. Finally, someone that you prayed for came into your life. They see you, they hear you, they respect you with no misintentions, let alone they wasn't sending you the evil lie to go against you because they didn't have to tell a lie. Loving you right the first time around, they wasn't playing mind games, having a kick and eat it too wasn't a vocabulary. Wow, someone actually with a heart, a soul so pure, so genuine, so kind, someone loyal to you, to value your time. The energy is different. It wasn't for likes and views, cloud chasing or fame, because someone didn't have to switch up when it came to those rainy days. You know, because someone acted the same way up close and personal behind closed doors, being genuine and respecting you to value your time. Someone wasn't wearing a mask to mislead you with pain. Hold on 1 second, God didn't tell a lie. How miracles can truly happen with someone truly being fruitful to you. You know, because God allowed that cup to fill up with the right way. God filled that cup up the right way that day. When that door was open for access for someone to have the key to your heart, to understand that, hold on one second, we could be on the same page. I may not make sense to the average person, but true love is not complicated when someone is truly there to love you the right way. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Someone bringing peace into your life Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. Wow. If someone finally sees you, hears you, respects you, they ain't trying to manipulate you. It's like get your thought process, your feet in your pockets or your eyesight, run game. It was an even exchange. You allowed yourself to heal from dead weight. Someone not protecting you when it comes to your past, only realize. Someone allows you to feel that you had an escape place in the right person's arms when it comes to the future. Someone not doing you wrong when you least expect it. Because someone was actually real, praying for you, not against you. Someone was cheering you on up close and personal behind closed doors. Who would have knew that true love will allow you to feel, to be thankful? I may not make sense to the average person, but true love is not complicated, let alone it's not supposed to hurt. I don't mean no disrespect, but what's up, butterfly? The energy is different. Yeah, you got a swag within you when it comes to getting gear. Yeah, you got a swag within you when it comes to your words. But hurting yourself, that's what happened that day. How do I find myself? I'm lost. How do I find myself? I'm getting distracted. How do I find myself? They throwing me the evil eye. How do I find myself? Only to rise the hold on 1 second. I am worthy. I am worthy of blossoming. I am worthy of choosing me. I am worthy of growth when they can't see. Yeah, they throwing me the evil lie, but I wasn't trying to get shortchanged. I love myself. The unconditional love is different because God allowed me to believe my faith. Confidence is different. One day at a time. Understanding the vision, open that wound. That wound that was open. How do I heal it? How do I show up for that trauma? To understand that I am worthy. I'm worthy of pouring into me. I am worthy of my reality. Regardless, the devil tried to distract me, sending me the evil out the end of it, the gang stalked me. I am worthy of choosing me. I am worthy of loving me. They didn't protect me, love me, respect me. Thank you, God, for being patient with me, and I pray the same. But who would have knew? I would choose myself in the day. Always be yourself. When someone says you don't have potential, and I say that respectfully. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. There's individuals that hack my devices, gang stalk me, until to this day. Hack my emails, and one thing I don't have to do is lie. Even trying to rob me. Mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, throwing me the evil eye when it comes to spell work. Got me shadow banned at the end of the day. I continue to show up for myself. I don't live in fear. And I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. It's disgusting to see how this becomes folks' norm to gang stalk somebody. It be the train of thought for me. All because someone understands growth. Someone understands love, unconditional love, choosing themselves. And when the right people pour into them, they respect them. How this type of stuff goes on in certain individuals' households when it comes to gang stalking, and they're not doing it for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no one's intentions. When it comes to my creativity, I pick and choose when I want to post. So if you think you're doing spell work or sending me the evil eye, whatever the case may be, you got me mistaken. When I choose to pick up myself at the end of the day, I choose to pick myself up. When I choose to sit down, I choose to sit down. I don't understand why people feel like, oh, well, see, I told you this person was going to post. Oh, I told this person was going to do this. I told this person was going to do that. Something is mentally wrong with you at the end of the day for you to be monitoring someone's schedule every single day. And especially when you're sending someone an evil eye, let alone playing their energy, trying to energy harvest off their energy. It's disgusting. It really is. And how this type of stuff actually happens every single day to innocent people. No mother or father should have to deal with someone projecting an evil lie towards their child or sending spell work towards their child. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, regardless of how old they are, and I say that respectfully. Or let alone someone gang stalking their child because someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline. Or someone tries to run up on somebody because they don't want someone to elevate faster than them. It doesn't matter someone's tax bracket. I do not live in fear. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I would never hurt myself. My content never changed, and I say that respectfully. I've been doing the same content for the last couple of years now. And my content's never changed. It just got better with time and day. A vocabulary you can't relate to will stand in your lane. My content is not for everyone, and I would never hurt myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Regardless, trying to ruin my reputation. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I always have since day one. Always be yourself with no intentions. How folks will try to say they helped you, or they sat by your side and they coached you through something. No, God coached me through this. God's been by my side. God gave me a blueprint. God allowed me to feel why I'm healing. Why God allowed me to see why I love me. God allowed me to feel why I choose me to be my authentic self. I don't label myself, and I say this respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I'm nice and I respect, and I do what's comfortable within my skin. Never allow someone to project fear in you. Can nobody take what God endured with you, and I have to say that respectfully. Even when they gang stalk with the next door neighbor in different tax bracket, or they even send you spell work, and I say that respectfully. You are beautiful, you are handsome, you bad, and you're worthy. It's innocent people that deal with gang stalking every single day, and their voice feel like it's not heard. It's folks that lose their lives every single day, or even take their own because of the fact that someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline. You cite the other person of their free will. You brought harm to them. You robbed them mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, energy harvest off their energy. You gang stalked them with the next door neighbor in different tax brackets. And you project the fear in them. We all not the same, and I say that respectfully. God is not for sale, and God has never been for sale, and I say that respectfully. I never gave no next door neighbor and no tax bracket permission to use my creativity as their own, or to clone my devices, or hack my devices, or even gang stalk me, and I say that respectfully, regardless to if you have me shadow banned or not. So my voice won't be heard. I do not live in fear, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Gang stalking is real, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone is sending you the evil eye. You know, people pick and choose who could talk about spirituality. People pick and choose who could talk about violence. People pick and choose to talk about gang stalking or whatever the case may be. Someone just lost a life because someone lacked a self-control and discipline, because someone had the mindset of having jealousy and envy and hate within them. No mother or father should have to get that phone call because someone shortchanged their child's life or their family member of their life. How it's disgusting to see at the end of the day folks do stuff for likes and views of cloud chasing. My content is not for everyone. It's not. It's not a crime to be authentic. And never allow a man or woman to threaten your life and tell you that nobody's going to hear you or respect you at the end of the day because they're able to control the narrative of the situation. Because when the right people walk into your life, regardless to what subject it is, they hear you, they see you, and they respect you with no malicious intentions. I do not live in fear, and I will never hurt myself. Gang stalking is real. It really is. And it comes in all different shapes and sizes. It does. Always be yourself and never allow someone to make you feel like you're wrong for choosing you. And I say that respectfully. No mother or father or loved one should lose a child or a family member because someone is screaming in the background. They're at peace with themselves. But they're in the background trying to rob somebody, trying to humble somebody, disrespect somebody, sending someone an evil eye, energy harvest on someone's energy. And then you talk about you at peace with yourself, but you sending someone spell work so they won't elevate, so they will be discouraged, so they will be in a mindset of hardships. Or because you lack self-control when it comes to discipline at the end of the day, and you forgot to stay in your lane. You don't like the fact that someone pours into somebody. You don't like the fact that someone is authentic. You don't like the fact that someone is beautiful, has gifts, and it motivates themselves when they go through trials and tribulations in life. Something that you can't relate to is for walking in their shoes. How this type of stuff actually happens. How folks will put you in competition because you choose you. How this type of stuff actually happens. You cannot be somebody that you're not. And I say that respectfully. When God endorses a blueprint within somebody at the end of the day, that's their flow, that's their swag. You can't be somebody you're truly not. It's okay to be inspired by somebody. It's okay to respect somebody. But to be somebody you can't be at the end of the day, I truly hope that you find peace within. And I say that respectfully, goddammit. Leave innocent people the fuck alone. Not respectfully. That motivation is different. Wasn't seeking revenge. I wasn't trying to hide behind the fame at the end of the day, because God was really allowing me to see. When God gives you the spotlight, that energy is different. The right person, the right people didn't have to pretend. Even when you got lost in your words when it came to rainy days. You know, sometimes at the end of the day, you go in circles, only to rise the hold on and say you gotta reroute yourself when it comes to your vocabulary to go within. Those hardships allows you to feel why you truly healed. They will never understand your reality when you truly keeping it real. The enemy will try to send an evil lie, but getting lost, hold on 1 second, God was allowing you to see why that testimony is different when you truly keeping it real. Then have hate in your vein. That vocabulary is different when you understand time and day. I love myself not to get discouraged because someone didn't understand my flow. That was God's heartbeat right there. Who would have knew? I choose me not to overlook me when God allowed me to see. You know, it may not make sense to the average person, but being authentic is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. It's not. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. Love yourself, the better yourself, never dim your light. Love yourself, the better yourself, never dim your light. Love yourself, the better yourself, never dim your light. No other train go for me. It was more so as practice. It made perfect. It wasn't a game at the end of the day because God was showing me my pieces. You know, allowing me to understand the peace within me. It went from a broken heart to balance, understanding that, hold on 1 second, I understood to find myself, understanding my intuition when someone was projecting lust. God wasn't trying to let me lose myself another day when it came to that chapter. When God allowed me to see my faith, overcoming the trauma and the pain, the lust, the manipulation, the mind games. Only rest to hold on 1 second. I love myself another day. You know, intuition has different. You know, that relationship, it didn't work out. But pouring into you when someone had excuses to fumble you, you wasn't trying to get lost another day. That intuition has different. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. You know, when certain folks walk into your life, they would try to play you close just to try to humble you. But getting discouraged when God truly shows you balance, that relationship at the end, they would never understand how you maintain your smile to fix your crown. When you actually knew how to pray to go within, even days when you couldn't see, to understand your own intuition. You matter, you're worthy. Don't lose yourself another day. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. But my content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself with no misintentions, and I say that respectfully. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. You know, healing from a hate crime because someone wants to send you spell work or someone wants to dibble and dabble with your packages or your food or your drinks or whatever the case may be. Never allow someone to project fear in you, giving up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Regardless if it takes over 20, 30, 40, 50 people just to go up against one person. You matter and you are worthy to the right people that truly see you and hear you and respect you. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Loving yourself is not a crime. You know, individuals have me shadow banned. And one thing I don't have to do, I don't got a lot at the end of the day. Regardless who's trying to pay me out to be, so I'm actually not. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I'm far from a hater. I know how to put respect on my neighbor's name, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day, let alone give them flowers when the credit's when it's due. Always be yourself. And I say that respectfully. You are beautiful, you are handsome, you matter, you're worthy. It's disgusting to see that people will project spell work on an innocent person because of their features, or they have jealousy and envy and hate and animosity towards an individual at the end of the day. So someone won't look at themselves in the mirror again. How this type of stuff actually happens. They will sit there and send you the evil lie. When you fall from a catfish, then have to tell a lie. God created you beautiful at the end of the day. It was a heart, hold on 1 second, it actually beats. The unconditional love go within. They would never understand you as a seeker revenge. You put it in God's hand to pray. God allows you to feel why you're truly healed. Continue patient with you and understand your reflection. You're worthy. Never give up on you when they overlook you, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. But you are beautiful, you are handsome, you matter, you're worthy. Said it was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Hold on 1 second. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A miracle. It was your miracle. You was your biggest cheerleader. Who would have knew? It was days you was truly feeling uncomfortable in your own skin. But who would have knew that you didn't allow yourself to lose you? I choose me not to lose me. I choose me to pour into me. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. It was so many obstacles when I couldn't see. That test was real. But hold on one second, it was my reality when I thought I was mentally ill. You know, because that was a projection that someone was projecting on you that day. They wanted you to be tied up in that depression that day. They wanted you to be in the mindset of losing yourself when it came to pain. They didn't want you to balance, hold on one second, healing trauma and pain. But hold on one second, God actually allowed you to feel. While the devil, let on the enemy, couldn't test you another day. How God was protecting your mental health. God was never for sale when you didn't have to get physical. They wanted you to be a crash out because they was already labeling you. But who would have knew? That day started with you. Understand why you came out your comfort zone not to do you wrong when you poured into you. Because God actually shows you the guidance that you are worthy. Never give up on you. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I may not make sense to the average person, but it's not a crime to be authentic. It's not a crime to be yourself. And I say that respectfully. You know, when God endorses a blueprint within you, regardless of what type of creativity it is, never give up on your vision. I say that respectfully, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not. And when you fall from a hater, that vocabulary is different. Hello, we are all not the same. I'm far from a hater, but we not the same hater. Because a damn sure don't run through my blood. When God spent to block the energy is different. When God was sleep revealing the devil on the enemy. When I least expected, because I prayed to go within, God sold my tears. God bought me balance, acknowledged my worth. Wasn't doing it for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. Even when it was gain story, when it came to their pain. It was a projection. They said I was mentally unstable, but God was keeping the room and God was protecting my heart, let on my mental health. I wasn't trying to get discouraged because they was trying to show me at the end of the day my reality didn't matter to them. But it mattered to me the most. That's why God never gave up on me. Because the right people truly show up for you, they ain't sending you the evil lie when they actually know how to respect you. Now, the trick, let me always be yourself with all my less intentions. It's not a crime to be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm not genuinely respected. I never gave nobody permission to use my creativity as their own, and I say that respectfully. Regardless was in the background trying to blackmail me, and they already hacked my device to clone my phones, or whatever the case may be. I don't gotta lie. God sees everything at the end of the day. And I'm far from a hater. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. Regardless of the right people into your life, regardless if it came from poverty and pain, respect is a two-way street. They ain't got hate in their vein. That motivation has different when the right folks actually see not to go against you, sending you evil. Hold on one second. They have to tell a lie. They ain't doing that was spell. No. Not everybody do that bullshit. No. You know, us normal people over here with a heart. No, because everybody ain't got a heart out here, this motherfucker. They don't, let alone a soul. What the fuck? They don't. But it's individuals that actually got a heart, that know how to respect their neighbor even when they can't see. Regardless, they going through up and down, good, bad days, misunderstanding days. Even days if they ain't got food in their stomach, they still know how to respect their neighbor at the end of the day to stay in their lane. And they even know how to root their neighbor on. Not to do their neighbor wrong, but he ain't the same. And I say that respectfully, far from pretending. One thing I don't do is run from my past. Let alone he say, she say when it comes to the blackmailing, when it came to gaslighting, ill intentions. The energy is different. How folks try to cause competition in your life, all because you understood elevation. They have to dig up your past and try to throw it in your face. But that growth is different when it comes to maturing. You know how to hold your own weight and how mean narcotics. That energy is different. They said that you sound like a broken record, but I was being authentic. Something that they couldn't relate to. It was rooting for themselves and staying in their lane at the end of the day. You put me in competition when I was never part of your vision. No, it was a train of thought for me. Only because I allowed myself to be irrelevant. Not the trick, because if I would have made myself irrelevant at the day, no, for real. You wouldn't have this mindset of having hate, let alone a hate train towards me. I love myself unconditionally. That's what bothers your mental health. Why would I want to shortchange myself? Because you didn't know how to better yourself. How this type of stuff actually happens. I don't send an evil lie towards my neighbor. I actually pray for him, not against it. We ain't the same. You know, when the right people walk in and see like they ain't got to pretend, let alone project the hate train. It be train of thought for me. I may not make sense to the average person, but authentic, it was always within me. Always be yourself and no molest intentions. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect. My content is not for everyone. I'm still healing from a hate crime, 7/31/2005. Always be yourself and you matter, you're worthy. If you're a victim at the end of the day of domestic violence, hate crime, you put a name to your book at the end of the day. You matter and you are worthy. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. When other people see you, they hear you, and they respect your woman's intentions. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect. I gotta go. Always be yourself and no molested. Don't tell me you like neighbor. I'm far from a hater. I never gave nobody permission to use my personal information as their personal use or to make money off me at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. Never did. And I say that respectfully, regardless they got me shadow banned or not at the end of the day. I'm gonna always continue to be nice and respect with no misintentions. No other change to me. I gotta go. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Today is currently August 26, 2025. Always be yourself. You may not be eye appealing to the average person, but the right people, regardless of the subject, they actually respect you. They ain't sending you the evil lie. When the devil try to test you, they ain't gotta lie. That innocent person walking into your life, they praying for you, not against you. They ain't trying to outdo you at the end of the day. They actually know how to motivate you. They ain't trying to kick you down. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. That energy is different when you got the right folks around you. We not the same. I ain't got hate in my vein. We may not pray the same at the end of the day, but I'm far from a hater. You know, when God sends the right people into your life, especially two-way street, I do not energy harvest off my neighbor's energy. I do not project sport towards my neighbor. I do not gang stalk my neighbor. And I say that respectfully, good day, bad day, or misunderstand day. And I do not energy harvest off my neighbor's energy. Good day, bad day, or misunderstand day. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no misintentions. You know, gang stalking is real to your household. And you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. I'm Niyah, Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. You can say what the goddamn evil are, you weird son of a bitch. I hope you find peace in your own goddamn life. I gotta go. It's a chain of thought for me. How folks be gathering up they minions and shit, watch you disturb their own peace. Like, keep it pushing at the end of the turn the notification on. Why you bringing up your own blood pressure to do yourself wrong? Causing yourself more competition at the end of the day. That you gotta dibble and dabble with sport because you want someone to do themselves wrong. You want someone to lack faith, confidence at the end of the day. Be insecure because that's what the private pain that you projected within. Or because of the fact that someone understood their intuition. It bothers your mental health because someone understands regardless if they're a creator or not. Becoming an entrepreneur or not. They know how to respect themselves, to pour into themselves regardless they come from poverty and pain. It be a train of thought for me. How folks will be older than you or not. They don't want you to prosper in life. You know, elevation is different on everybody, but I still know how to respect my neighbor. That energy is different. You ever told somebody trying to better yourself when it comes to your health or just becoming your best self vision of yourself and in the background sending you the evil lie, telling the whole community at the end of the day, or because of the fact that they want to hurt you with toxic pain? Oh, boogie woogie woogie. Oh, be fine, piece me on lame, you son of a bitch. No, it's a train through for me. I never understood this shit. No, for real, for real. A motherfucker would act like they for you only to say, you know what? You're on to something. You're on to something. Don't even change over me. No, choose myself. It's a change over me. A motherfucker don't want you to choose yourself because they want to energy harvest off your energy. Like, huh? How does that work, ma'am, sir? No strength over me. They want you to be stuck in a set mindset of being sick, mentally unstable. They want to project. But hold on 1 second. God was allowing you to self-reflect. That faith hits different. Organizing yourself at the end of the day. Self-care was first. Didn't have to get physical. When folks try to antagonize you because you understood boundaries, because God brought you bounds, acknowledge your worth. Why would I want to lose me at the end of the day? Because you don't understand the rhythm of my heart. Hold on 1 second. Because God allowed me to see why I stepped on confidence that day. That ain't just different. It's not easy stepping out on confidence. It's not. Especially being patient with you. Being patient with yourself sometimes it will cause you unbalance, balance, unbalance, balance. Making you feel like you got 1 foot in one door, 1 foot in the other door. Because you don't know what the outcome is going to be when you're choosing yourself. Are things going to work out the way I want it to work out? Are things going to be as how I dreamed it to be? When you put things in God's hands, when I don't worship the devil, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. When you put things in God's hands, you walk by faith, not by sight. And fear doesn't live within you, and I say that respectfully. God was never for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. I'm Niyah to respect. Continue to be patient with your process when it comes to healing, trauma, and pain. Always be yourself. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. But never give up on yourself when I say that respectfully. Be yourself. It's not a crime to be yourself. Be yourself. Loving yourself, the better yourself, never dim your light. Loving yourself, the better yourself, never dim your light.
How far from my head, God damn it.
Always be yourself.
Peace and respect, so respect your neighbor. Stop the ones you matter rather on them, you like. Gotta go never, never on them, you like. You matter, you're worthy.
Always be yourself and open intentions. I'm not your respect.